gentlemen, boys and girls. Today we are going to go ahead and do a review of the Tier 6 Nashorn Tank Destroyer. So, what do you get for your money? Well, this is not a premium. This is just a standard tank, texture tank, but it's a lot like the Dicker Max and the Sturemel, except for you don't get the good gun depression. So, let's go over this little bad boy. The gun on this is very nice. Tier 6, it's got good pen, very zippy. I like to say zippy with these because it's a fast reload and it kind of stings them. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but they know you're there. Standard pen is 203 with AP. You get APCR for your premium, which is really nice at 237 pen. So it's not a huge jump. You're not going from 203 to, 300, but it's enough if you get tier 8s that you should be able to go through most of the front ends of them. You might have trouble with some of the thicker, or your like your IS-3's front end, or a Malbrocker or something that's got good frontal armor. And your HE is 44. 240 average damage for your standard and your premium, 295 for your HE. 44 pen, if you start shooting at some, like one of these for instance, another Nashorn, or something that has, doesn't have a lot of armor, Dicker Max, Sturemel, if you're hitting in the sides or in the front where there's not any kind of spaced armor, it's nice to get that 295. You're getting up closer to what I wish it would hit for, like 300 or 320. So 44 pen for HE on this, not too bad, but like I said, you're only going to want to use that on really, really lightly armored stuff like a Kruppsteier Waffenträger, something with no armor. You start shooting at a Tiger P or, an IS-4 or KV-4, stuff like that. Yeah, you're not going to do anything. You 50 damage if you're lucky. We're going to skip the stock stats and we'll go over to mine. Kind of zing it over this way so you can see it. Rate of fire is 11.4 rounds a minute. So my reload is 5.44 seconds. Pretty nice reload. Let's see. Gun traverse is 27.12. And the traverse speed of the tank destroyer itself is 37.55. So the gun traverse is not super good, but with a tank destroyer, the main concern you want is that traverse speed for the hull. And 37.55 is pretty good. You can still be circle strafe, so you still got to play it safe. If you're getting up there where you're by yourself, or it's down to just you and there's a couple like light, fast moving tanks, stay near houses or rocks if you can help yourself. That way, if they try and circle strafe you, got something to back into. The gun depression sucks at -5. Yeah, there was in that city map there, or the map we just had there, mines there. I went towards the city, and there was a couple times I had a little trouble getting the gun down to shoot that at the M4 there. I had to come up a little bit higher than what I would like to get the shots off, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Gun traverse is pretty good at 15 and 15 each way. It's not a ton, but it's way better than a couple of like your gun carriage, that piece of not junk crap. So 15, you're looking at, decent angle, so you're not always moving the tank destroyer and readjusting it for your camo net or your nods to shut back off. So aim time is phenomenal at 1.66, and again, I've got gun rammer, a gun lane drive, and the camouflage net. With the enhanced gun lane drive, I'm really thinking of pulling that off and putting nods on it, because the aim time is really, really good. So I could pop that off and it's still going to be pretty darn good. Dispersion's really good at 0.31, so it's pretty darn accurate. Average damage per minute is 2649. Survivability is kind of where it has kind of a downfall. Tier 6, you only get 600 hit points. So, if you think about it, if you end up being low on the pole for matchmaker and there's tier 8s there, you like Malbrocker hits for what, 440 or whatever, 490, object 252U, defender, 440, 490, IS-3 390, 2 hits and you're dead. So you really got to play it safe, because you got 30 millimeters of armor in the front, so basically everything's going to go through you. On the sides you got 20, and on the rear you got 20. So yeah, you really, really got to play it safe with this thing. Stay in the back. Support your heavies and your mediums. I wouldn't do what I did going into the city area like that because it could have ended up really turning out bad for me. I just got kind of lucky that more stuff didn't come to the city. It's 24.44 tons, so don't go ramming anything really because you're going to take the brunt of the damage. Engine horsepower is 300. Specific power to weight's 12.28, so it's right in the middle. Not great, but not bad. You know, it's doable. Top speed is 40 in forward, 15 in reverse. I wish that reverse on all tank destroyers was 20. The concealment's pretty good at 31.37, and that's because I got a camo net. View range is 360, and that is with just stock everything. Well, not stock. I mean 100% crew, first crew skill. What I meant is I don't have any coated optics or nods or any kind of perks on the crew that help the view range. And once I get a little bit of gold, I'm going to take the gun lane drive off this, and I'm going to go ahead and put nods on it. And signal range is 574, pretty standard for a tier 6 tank destroyer. So anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some gameplay and some post-game stats for you, so I will be right back. Alrighty, so here we are on mines in the Nashorn. I don't know, some people call it Nashorn, and some people call it Nashorn. I just call it Nashorn. But anyway, so we got a lot of tank destroyers, and at first I was going to go up here, but you'll see once the timer hits 0, almost all our tank destroyers go up on the hill. So I decide to go play this area over here, see if I can get any shots on anything over in this area of the city as they try coming around here, or if anybody comes out wide here. Yeah, you can see every one of them up there. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not going to sit here and fight for a spot or have somebody, you know, over on the hill here, because you can see all of nobody going up there to take hill. I wasn't going to get up there and just get spotted by somebody that was going to take the donut. So I just figured, you know, my best bet is to come over here. I got a camo net, get in this bush. Yeah, see right up there, I'm thinking, hey, these guys are going to get lit quick. So I figure I'll get in this bush right here, back up a little bit. Check and see if I can get a shot on that, which I didn't think I was going to be able to, but you never know. And just kind of back up a little bit. Let the camouflage net kick on, and just wait for something to come around, because we have nothing but a KV-1 going up there by himself right now. So basically, due to the fact we got one heavy and a butt ton of mediums and tank destroyers, I mean, look at these guys, come on. I mean, when you see that you've got that many tank destroyers, you know, you can't just sit back and think you're going to try snipe the whole match, because 90% of the time when your team does stuff like this right here, you end up losing. So I decided I'm going to push up here and try and help the KV-1 the best that I can, with no armor and really no gun depression, but pretty darn good gun. It's got a good pen, nice reload, and it'll sting them pretty hard for 240 every time they pop out and I get a shot on them. My worry was something popping open over here, coming around the corner and getting lights on me. So we hit the M4 for 255, nice hit. I shot in the dirt there. I thought I saw an ant. I figured I'd take him out. I don't know how that one missed. I was going to get reloaded, pop up, put it right through his turret, finish him up, and now I figure, okay, let's go after this Hellcat. Looks like artillery might have splashed him or might have hit him for a little bit of damage. And no. Now, I couldn't tell if he was on which side of the house because of the walls and the bushes and stuff. I thought he was actually on the side that I'm at here, so I figured, well, I'll take a shot. If he's there, great. If not, oh well, you know. Wait for him to come around this corner, and we shoot, but he gets taken out right before my shot hits. Aim up the IKV-103. And he basically backed up into my round. That was awful nice of him. So we finished off the IKV. I see the T-67. And I wanted to shoot in front of him, but he stops right when my round was in midair. And I take another shot just as he dies. I'm like, oh my god, we're just rolling over this team. So that's why I was so happy. See, these guys are now moving forward, and they probably did absolutely not much, if any, damage. That's why when you get a lot of tank destroyers, it really pays to push. That aim time on this is phenomenal. I was surprised that that one didn't go through, but he angled it just as I pulled the trigger, so. Then he disappears, so I take a blind shot that ends up actually hitting him, I believe. Yeah, that actually hit him. Was trying to get a shot at the archer, but I'd say no such luck, and that's end of the match. Yeah, we rolled over them guys pretty darn quick. Yeah, I know it only shows 964 damage, but we got a blind shot or two in there, so we got a little over 1,000. So not too shabby, 2 kills. Like I said, it's nothing to get so excited about. It's not like a 7,000 Kolobanov's match or something, but I just like to show you what I when I do a review, kind of what it can do, what it can't do, the pros and cons with it. And like I said, normally I would not be pushing like this into the city with a tank destroyer that has no turret, no armor, and no gun depression. But it was either that or set back here with, what was it, 4 or 5 other tank destroyers so I get no damage. No, thank you. So, yeah. Anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some post-game stats for you, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so yeah, that a little bit different than the way I normally play a tank destroyer, but right off the bat, we had a lot of tank destroyers, and it was like 5 of them that went right to the hill next to the cap. At first, I was heading up that way, and I thought, if I do that, I'm going to sit back here, and one of the two is going to happen. How many already? Did they have artillery? Oh, I don't even think they had artillery. Yeah, oh no, they did. They had a grill. So yeah, I was going to say, I thought they had artillery. So the issue that I figured was going to happen. The enemy team was going to get the center donut. They were going to light us up, and artillery was just going to hammer the crap out of us. No one was going to the west. This was option number 2 I thought was going to happen. No one was going to the west, so I figured what's going to happen is if they have a good push on that side, these tank destroyers have little health and little armor, so basically they could have come through that city part on the westerly side and just started hammering us. So I thought my best bet is to be proactive in a tank destroyer that doesn't have a lot of health and it's got a wicked gun though, and push up into the city and see what I can do. At first it was just me, and then I think it was like a KV1 on our team moved up that way, and I think we had something else come up there, but it ended up working out for the best. Didn't do a ton of damage, but it's not one of those maps where you can really sit back and snipe. Now on the other side, on the north side, if we would have started out on that side, there's some pretty good areas that you can hide in the bushes and get some good shots off, but I decided to go ahead and push anyways. So we ended up getting a Mastery Badge Class 3 on that, and a Fire for Effect. I got a couple blind shots, I think, into the SU-100, and maybe the Dicker Max. But we hit the Dicker Max for 241, hit the SU-100 twice, for 430, hit the M4 there, who was in the city 2 times for 460, and we knocked out his gunner, originally spotted him, and the IKV-103. Oh yeah, we finished off the M4 and the IKV-103. We hit him for 42, finished him up, and knocked out his gunner. The WN8 for that match was 2794, so that was really nice. Did second most damage with 1173. Got 2 kills and a base experience of 548. We had 13 shots. I did pop a lot of rounds up in there, blind shots, because I knew certain things were up there, and I figured, well, if you don't pull the trigger, you're not going to get the damage. You know, you'll be amazed the amount of times you get blind shots shooting in the bushes where people just normally set because people normally set there. You know, you do a couple blind shots in a bush, come to find out you'll do 500-600 damage, and you know, if you wouldn't have pulled the trigger, you wouldn't have got that damage. So we had, yeah, 13 shots, 7 hits, 6 pen, 1173 damage from a distance of more than 300 meters was 713. Spotted 1, damaged 4, destroyed 2. And we shot all standard rounds, and we only bounced 1, made 22,899 credits. And that was with no boosters or anything. So ammo was pretty cheap on this. Only spent 3,276 on 13 rounds. Pretty darn cheap. I like well, I like it. I don't like this. I like it because it's got a pretty zippy gun. Um, the aim time is really nice. The load time is really nice. The average damage, I wish it were a little more like the, you know, well, I won't say Sturemel where you're hitting for 490, but it'd be nice for a tank destroyer, you know, up at tier 6 to hit for more like 320. Average damage is, I believe, 240. Yeah, 240. So it'd be nice if it did, you know, a little bit more average damage. The only real drawback is, for one, it has absolutely no armor, and two, the gun depression really sucks. I mean, you look at the Stur Emil, and look how much it looks just like, or the Dicker Max, even that one. Look at the Dicker Max. Well, this one's got the nice camo setting on it, but you look at that, and then you look at the Nashorn. Very similar the way it's set up, and the Nashorn has just a crappy 5 degrees of gun depression. I mean, and it looks like it has the capability of literally pointing almost down at the ground. I mean, even 12 degrees, but you get 5. I mean, I just don't, even, you know, there's nothing really on the inside that's stopping it from pointing down. Um, yeah, I just don't understand why it only gets 5. Because the problem is when you only get 5 degrees of gun depression, you can't work ridge lines, you have no armor, so if you want to come up over a ridge, you basically have to show your whole front end. You got 30 millimeters of frontal armor, everything's going to go through you. HE is going to whip right through you and just destroy you. So yeah, it would be a lot nicer if it had a lot more gun depression. Even 9 or 10. I mean, doesn't even have to get the full, like, you know, 12 or 15 like the Dicker Mac and the Sturemel do. I've only got 7 matches in it, but I do pretty good when I play it. I do play it a little more cautious due to the fact you only have 600 hit points and it has no armor. But this gun, the gun on this is a real zippy gun. It's got some sting to it. You know, fast reload, very good aim time. Matter of fact, yeah, 1.66. I might take the gun lane drive off and add nods to get that view range out there. Yeah, 360 could be a little bit more where those guys were setting up at their cap on the enemy side there. If I would have had that extended view range, I would have probably been able to spot them a lot easier myself. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.